another Corvair, but this is a Mazda, I guess. Huh. 5 lug.
But he
How you doing?
What's up?
5 lug?
Yeah.
Is that 5 lug too?
No, that's four.
Early models are 4, late models are 5.
And this is a
65.
65. So from 64 to 65 was quite a transition.
That's
Yeah.
when they changed everything.
The swing. This has swing axles. This has independent rear suspension.
Okay, okay. So yeah, well, the transaxle, right? On this?
Yeah, the transaxle is just an axle and the wheels on the end. This one has universal joints at the motor and at the wheel.
It's like a Corvette.
Like a Corvette, yeah.
There it is.
The block mobile.
Yeah, I know a friend was in a lawsuit.
I have a Honda Civic at home, like a 90, wherever Honda 2000 Civic. I don't even drive it. I would trade it for that.
I bought my girlfriend that same Pinto when I was there.
That is crazy. That is freaking cool. And my friend was had one that had the wagon. My mother had a wagon. She got hit by a cop in the back, blew it up,
Did it blow up?
killed her brother,
No way.
disfigured her face.
Oh.
Got disfigured.
Oh no.
Got $1 million out of the police department. This cop hit her.
Yeah.
So
he came around the corner.
back to this one.
Yeah.
In 65, did they solve the fan belt problem?
Solve it?
I remember my dad, we had 2 of these, and we were stopping every 500 miles. The belt would
Never had an issue.
throw the
One
belt.
of the things, one of the problems is that
I don't even have the hook. I don't even
I
have
don't
that
have
on
one
here.
on mine either.
Yeah.
You mean like a
It's like a belt guard. It's
Yeah.
Keeper. Yeah.
keep it on there?
Because okay, if you were to change, like there's the bearing, fan bearing that goes in the front,
Right.
and you got your alternator thing. If none of that stuff's lined up the right way, it's not.
You'll throw a
100%.
belt.
I'll swear, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. I've
we
never
get-
thrown a belt in my car ever.
Yeah.
I've never thrown one.
Neither have I.
I had
a break.
I had one break on me, but I've never.
But I always carry 2. I got 2 spares.
I got like 2 or 3 in my
So
car.
another thing I remember from these cars is we had one of those pans underneath to catch the oil. And I remember
This
my
doesn't leak at
father,
all.
Mine doesn't leak.
my father putting the oil right back into the car because it leaks so much.
Oh, jeez. But you know what though? Back then I could see it, but now the materials that they use now,
Yeah,
and if you tighten, a lot of problems too is that.
over tightening,
Yeah, I swear, dude. Yes.
like an oil pan. You can
Or like
squish
if you
that, gas
change
it out.
Your oil, your oil cooler, the 12, you probably have an 8 plate in this one. When you change your seals,
So this one has 4 carburetors. The fan belt makes a U-turn, which is that's why you're saying why does it throw belts? Because there's a pulley that's turning a fan here, and it's doing 90 degrees,
Right.
and it's driven off of the harmonic.
So why is
balancer.
this called a turbo air?
Oh, that's just it.
And
It's
a
not
spider,
a turbo.
Spider had the turbo, right?
Well, a real turbo is a turbo. This is not a
Right.
turbo car. They just call it turbo air.
Yeah.
But I guess this feature here, but
These are not Strombergs, they're
Rochester.
Rochesters. Okay.
Yeah.
Must be a bear to balance out.
I don't mess with them, but at like 5,000 RPM in 3rd gear, where I'm just trying to just maintain that and not be accelerating it, right now it is a little hesitant, but it drives through the power bands all great, but just to try to maintain a certain RPM, it's a little.
So was this GM's unibody?
Yeah.
This little
Was
thing
it their first unibody?
I don't know, probably.
Is that a unibody?
Yeah.
Mine doesn't leak either.
Yeah. 1960 to 69.
Amazing.
Yep.
A Ralph Nader killed these things too.
That happens a lot.
And that dash, that same dash looks like it came out of an SS or a full-size car.
My car's been sitting for over 2 years.
Well, this
so I
is
know
called
when
a
the car's
Corsa.
driving.
It has 4 carbs.
I know that now.
So the regular 110 has just a single carb on each side.
Okay, the 110 mean the 110 horsepower?
Yeah. And the
Okay.
140, and then the 180 has a single carburetor but a turbo,
But a turbo.
and a single port on each side. For each head has one single hole. This
Single
has
hole.
2 holes.
So this, thus a dual port head.
Right, and he actually has one that's been machined out that has 3 ports.
Wow.
And
Now, also, I remember that these didn't really that good gas mileage.
I don't know. Can't really tell. I don't drive it very far along.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 2700cc motor.
Right.
So compared to a Volkswagen, it's not sipping the gas.
No.
But it gets up and goes.
These look like original Anson Sprints.
They're what?
Original Anson Sprints.
Oh.
The maker.
Yep.
Now, if someone polished them about a few years back, they would be more valuable if they weren't polished, but they're pretty rare wheel and no curb rash on them to speak of. But yeah, no, this is a nice car. I like these things.
Yeah, it's a fun little ride. I got the chrome. I got to take the window out, put a couple of clips in, and finish off the.
And it's so funny now you look at the Corvette, and Corvette's mid-engine, and these guys are just way ahead of the time, I think.
Yeah, it's a shame. Well, the pony cars came out. That's what really did it. It wasn't necessarily Ralph, but when you put this next to a 65 V8 Mustang.
Oh yeah. Well, at the time,
and then the Camaro.
Gas was 29 cents. So
yeah.
Who cared about gas mileage?
Exactly. But power and room and style. And the V8 pony race.
And how long you had it?
About 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
What's your plans with it? Any?
Well,
driving it?
No, I'd kind of like to sell it, just because I'm into Cougars and I've got so many projects.
What are those guys?
And I have another car.
What do you have?
I have another 64.
You have a 64?
Yeah. That's original, all just to.
You live here in Northland?
Yep.
Growing up, seeing him on TV all the time.
Well, yeah. Any parts you have to sell?
As I got older.
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I do. I sell parts on eBay. But I buy like a lot of these old there's a bunch of old-time race car drivers here.
Yeah.
And their days are over, so they sell me all their parts, and I sell them on eBay.
I might be picking up a Cougar later today with parts.
A XR7?
Yeah.
4-speed car?
I'm not sure if it's an auto or 4-speed.
It wouldn't be a 4-speed. They're so rare.
Yeah.
I saw one once on the newspaper about 20 years ago. By the time I got there, she says, "Honey, that car was gone at 6 o'clock this morning."
You're not gonna believe what I had when I sold it. When I was a kid, I had a Cougar XR7G.
Get the last year, the Falcon.
Immaculate.
I never even seen one.
Yeah, you never will see one of these.
Yeah, never seen one.
Electric sunroof, 390, posi, sports interior, all leather. It was such
Oh
a
yeah,
bitchin' car.
option.
Oh my gosh, it was a Danny Gurney car.
Really?
Yeah, it's the XR7G.
So that's what the Gurney.
Yeah. Sold it for $3,000.
Wow. Okay, I'm guessing a 6. I'm gonna quick look at this. I'm guessing a 6. I'm guessing a 6. I was right. It is a 6. It is a 6.
Oh, I didn't even notice it's a ball valve.
Yeah, there's 2 ball valves.
Well, at least you didn't put a gate valve in there.
No, that's true.
What's the plumbing nightmare?
Well, that's what I can't figure out. It's got a water separator.
A water separator for what?
For the water, man.
It's going to the heater, though. It's going to the heater.
It is, but I don't understand why he has a separate
And a filter?
filter in there.
But it doesn't cut the heater out of the line.
No.
In the summertime, you have the thing that actually stops the water from coming in.
So you just bought this?
I've had it for about a year.
Okay.